I'm Emanuel Palalic. I'm the game director on DEFECT. Building Empty Vessel, the idea was to empower the creative side of things and not let the business side overtake it. When I think of creatives in games, it's not just artists. There's programmers, designers, it's everybody. Everyone had this idea of wanting to build their own game, and that led to ultimately wanting to build Empty Vessel. I reached out very early days to Alex Palma, to Nick Gordon, to a bunch of people that I felt were extremely, extremely good at what they did, and I really looked up to, and I felt were some of the best in their respective fields. And I wanted to get them together for DEFECT to kind of build this project, but ultimately to build a studio that really values the creative side of development. We were inspired by Dread. We build a game that leans into kind of this feeling that Dread captures and push it more into the comic book realm. Movies like The Raid are a big inspiration. And when it comes to Cyberpunk, we were inspired definitely less by the corporate control side of Cyberpunk, but more of this idea of an authoritarian AI dominating and controlling this whole society. That AI originally was meant and built to help humanity. These protocols that it was built to enact when the society was very small aren't scaling as the population grows, and it's kind of created this catastrophic state that DEFECT is in today. DEFECT is meant to be this kind of gritty, grim, dark world that leans in the gray. We don't necessarily want to highlight, hey, there's a good and a bad. It's kind of, this is what is, and this is what's happening within that realm. We want you to care about the mission that you're on, what's going on. We want you to care about the sounds, the ambiance. We want you to kind of go sidetrack and figure out, hey, there's this other cool thing that I might do here. How does the player actually make it feel cinematic based off the things they do, or the emergent things that happen in the world? Love games that have destruction and interactability in them, especially shooters. Being able to shoot any object in the world and see it move or see it break.
Not going down! Cover me!
You shotgun a guy through a wall, and then you find a gun hidden behind it, In DEFECT, you could stun players or generators. You could stun these generators and shut off lights throughout a whole section of the building. Having those puzzles be in the world and kind of help the world feel more believable. All that type of layering, I feel like, adds a ton of depth to any game. We don't want DEFECT to be this run and gun game. We want it to be a game that we build up the tension, we build the ambiance, we build up almost the horror. It's playing with sound a lot, it's playing with the visuals, but then it's kind of trying to trick you into really thinking twice before you approach a room instead of just running and gunning. You're solving your mission, you're solving your puzzle, you're whatever it is that you're doing, and we always want there to be this constant tension of someone could be around the corner, there could be an enemy there, something could be right behind the room. There's non-lethal takedowns to enemies. You don't have to kill everything you see. Your missions don't always require that. We have a lot of interactable items in the world, some that draw players together, like our health stations. You can only heal at one of those. We have stuff hidden behind walls that you could break, and there's all kinds of objective items that might not be important to your mission, but might be important to someone else's. There's a lot of fun ways the gadgets can make you have a good time playing the game without necessarily being the best sniper or vice versa. We have like a mix of close, tight quarters to open spaces that are very vertical. We want to put more rewarding items in the more dangerous spaces, which tend to be the more open spaces. But we also want the player to quickly escape a situation if they need to. So that's another element that the verticality kind of adds, where you're fighting, you realize this isn't the best thing for your team or your squad right now because you still have a mission to achieve. Maybe you guys, jump down through the elevator chute or jump through a different patio, different balcony. It all kind of leads into this cat and mouse game that kind of happens throughout as you're playing. And it leads into, this mind game that arises of trying to know what a team's intentions are. There's gonna be a lot more maps than just the mega block or just in the city. We have a ton of awesome places that we want players to explore and see. We're not the biggest team with the biggest budget making the biggest game, but we care about every aspect of it and how it comes together. Like I said, attention to detail is really important. To do the genre justice with our game, we want to make a good game that people can remember in that space. So. Yeah.